Twiggy's going to be well upset at me. Look at him there, right? It's actually a Monday. So it's Monday morning in the garage. We've got Twiggy doing a wet belt. We've got Mike doing a wet belt. We've got, what are you doing on that, Kado? Doing a service. It's got a ball tyre. Then we've got Jordan who's just put a caliper on. We've just done a service on here. And we've got a little Lambretta. There, which is having its speedo cable fixed. But what I'm going to do today, I know it's a Monday, but I need to get this van finished. So I'm on the Victron kit today. Where's my hat? My hat's all backwards. Right, so I'm on the Victron kit today, and yeah, I'll show you just quickly next door. I might have the music on, so I might have to mute it. 1 second. They've got the music. MOT, TPMS, Diag, and then we've got that one having a little service. So we stacked out. Hey up, Sophie. There we go. Back in here. Hey up, Jack. I'm gonna wreck my van. I feel like I'm gonna wreck my van. Don't know. It could be Am I gonna wreck my van? Have a look. Swear down, if you've ever seen a Panda which is spotless, look at it. Absolutely. Look at how handsome he is as well. Look at him there. You're gonna be on the internet, you're gonna be famous.
Oh yeah.
Look at that. 22,000 miles. He's had his steering wheel done. He's had his wheels repowder coated. That car is so clean. It is, honestly, that's amazing. I wish I could have a car that clean. Even one of my brand new cars ain't that clean. But absolutely fantastic motor. I won't show you his reg. One of our good customers. He's been bringing it to us for a couple of years now. He's got some phenomenal cars, but this is his favourite. Look at that. Back to the van. Back to the van. I've not got much done. What time is it? Don't have a watch on. I was just looking at the time then. I wasn't even got watching. Right. I can't believe it's a Monday and I'm working on my van. It feels dead weird. So I've had to get these mole grips on the seat belt to hold it 3/4 in, so I can still get down the back and watch my wires as I'm drilling, etc. But also, so I can get underneath at the front. At the present, you see how fat that wire is? That wire only just fits through the 16mm hole. So I've not tightened all these on the buzz bar yet. That comes in, comes down, comes across, back out of here. I'm sticking a 250 amp mega fuse there, and I'm going to link it straight to here. I'm going to go off with another. This is a 70mm wire. 60mm wire, sorry. 60mm wire. So that I'm going to put to my inverter so the load and the current can get through it. Then I'm going to go from here, from the buzz bar, to my inverter. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to come out here. I'm going to go into a isolator, a 600 amp isolator. And once I've gone into here with my 600 amp isolator, I'm going to go to my battery. I don't know whether I've got to put a fuse in there. I'm going to have to just double check my system. Check my drawings and stuff. What I'll do, yeah, I'll just work it out as I go along. But I like that board, the way it's clean. And everything is getting fastened. Oh, everything is getting fastened and connected and joined at the back. You know, there's going to be loads of air, loads of ventilation and stuff. So that's going to stay as it is. We're not going to get it warm. I'm actually out of breath now. That's a fat cable. So this is heavy. I mean, heavy. Have a look now. My inverter is on there. That comes down. I fasten cable ties and sticky bits on there. I can't close it. It's too fat to close. Then it comes through at the back, and then in the back it comes up. I've got to fasten it up. It comes through the board again. I've got a cutout on there for it to go through, and then it goes into the buzz bar, and then from the buzz bar now I'm going to go from here out and to the main battery in there with this 60mm cable. It's huge. It's as fat as my thumb. It's ridiculous. Wow, loving it. Sorry, Jordan's just given me some digestive chocolate biscuits. Oh, it's well nice. Really enjoyed it. Right, so now what I'm doing, I'm just going to cut. Here you can see. It's a bit of a challenge to cut, so I'm going to get a little grinder on it. I've made this to go on my buzz bar. I'm putting an isolator here. I'm running a wire back through there. That's going to go to the battery, and I'm going to put a fuse on the battery for... I'm going to put this fuse on the battery for... Right, because you've got to have your fuse within 12 inches of your battery, just in case. If this wire rubs through on the bodywork anywhere, it's going to trip the fuse. You know, that's what we need. We need to isolate all the system. We need to isolate all this, and then so it's then going to have a clunk clunk, done. Wow, it's great! Oh, no, who's over there? Someone's over the other side of my van. Look, I don't know who it is. Wait, come on. Come on, find me. There I am, I'm back again. So, where... My butt's aching. I've been sat on this footstool for far too long. I'm going to get some of this insulation. I'm just going to put this under me, so I end up getting bruises. Oh, that's better. That's a bit better. So now I have as you can see, the fat cable. Man, I thought that was big cable, but that is ridiculous. That goes into the isolator, and the isolator comes up to the board. Then this is going to distribute down and through to the mega fuse, to the inverter. But then you've got this will go down, and then this will go to the battery and have a mega fuse. Well, I did throw that down there somewhere. Here, this mega fuse here will be down with the battery, so that's down there. So that's going to be isolated to that, so that'll be completely isolated. So this will have no power to it, unless if that fuse blows down in there. But if that fuse don't blow, I can isolate it there anyway. That's great. And that's my 1212 coming from my van, which I can isolate. So if I turn that on, that's off. I'm nearly confused. That's great. That is a bit low, so I'm gonna have to cut them off. I'm gonna have to put it like an extra hex up, because it's, as you can see, it's a bit low. So I need to take that up 1 hex higher, because if I run that across that line, it's there, 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 there. So 1 hex higher. Then that'll be straight then, and it's gonna look absolutely awesome. Wow. I didn't realise I was this good at this. I'm just on my knees in the back of my van, right? My hand is absolutely wrecking me. You know, I've got this tendonitis or carpal tunnel or whatever it is. I went to a specialist, but I don't remember what people say. So, anyway. Let me just show you what I've completed. I'm nearly, I'd say halfway through. Look at this. So now, I've just tightened up both positive and negative onto the inverter. So now I can box this up. I'm going to just double check the tightness of my screws, what hold the frame to the wall. Then this is your negative, this is your positive, this is isolated, and this other side is going to go to the battery. I'm going to put a terminal from the battery to the buzz board, and then the inverter will be working. Oh no, I've not, have I, you sausage? I've got to do my 240 wires out, you massive sausage. Right, yeah, I know what I'm doing. Good job I know what I'm doing. I surprise myself sometimes. Right, so I've not done, that's not done, that's not done. No. The hard bit about this... Let me get... The hard bit... I'm here. The hard bit about this is you've got to make sure you get it right. Don't forget, if you get it wrong, your van can set on fire. Yeah. But as well, you got to make it look right. There's no point making it look terrible. The back is going to look as good as the front. So if you just do it right, there's no big issue. It just takes a lot longer to do it right than it would do if you were just throwing it in. If I were to do that and just bang a load of P-clips in the front, it'd be done by now. But it's not. We're not doing it to do it cheap or bodged. We're doing it so it's absolutely perfect. You know, everything what needs servicing or maintaining can be serviced and maintained. Everything that's not, it's going to be hidden away. But not only when it's hidden away, it's going to be really tidy when it's hidden away. I don't want any wires jumping over the next wires. I don't want any wires getting in the way of each other. I just want it lovely. You know, if I do it right first of all, I don't got any problems. Right. My hand's killing me. 240, that's what I'm going to get on, and then I'm going to connect up to the battery because I want to be in there and out of there in one go. So I'll do my 240. I don't know whether to put a socket at the back. I think I might, seeing I'm going to have 5 in the front, 5 sockets in the front, 2 in the back, and I've got to get my 240 my 240 hookup in there as well. Still a bit to do, you know. I didn't think it would take this long. I thought it'd be a day. You know, I'm on up to 2 days, up to 2 full days now, because I've done 2 half days and 1 full day. Yeah, never mind. I'm sort of running out of bits to throw at the van. I don't know how this is happening. What? Let me get my words out. It is Wednesday. I did about half an hour in a van yesterday, but I had to do a bit of work, which is a shame really, because I don't come to work to do work. I'd come to work to... Don't even know what I come to work for. They keep on trying to send me home. Where I'm up to at the minute is I've got my surgeon to see again today about my hand because of the chronic pain. I might just have to do pain management until I go for my operation. Let me go show you. I'm going to wreck my van. I feel like I'm going to wreck my van. Don't know. It could be Am I going to wreck my van? Have a look. Have a look here. Right, so this is X marks the spot here. So I can put my 240. This is the block. What I'm going to do, I'm going to Sikaflex behind it so it's sealed in. But I've got to put that. I was going to go here. But I think there might be a better idea. I mean, because it's going to sit like that, but the other way around. So it's going to seal up. It's going to seal up just right. Actually, I've gone a bit high there. I've gone a bit high. I've gone a bit high there. So what I need to do I go here? Or do I go here? I mean, I don't bloody know. Either way, I can paint it over again. There's no massive issue with that. No, I'll go and ask Nonya what he thinks. But this is going to come out of here, which is nice because it's going to be a reachable component to work. So it's good. I've good. I could work on it. I can't get my words out. I'll be able to work on it if it comes out of here. Let me show you where I'm up to here. Let me show you. So just drop the board really far forward because as you can see, I'm putting these cable clips all the way around. I've got the battery wires, the big main battery cables going into the battery in the cupboard. I put my fuse in. There's the rest of the casing for the fuse. I've got that in there. I've not connected them up to the battery yet. There's no point yet. So then I've got my fridge wire here, blah, 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 blah. So the 12 volt charging system is completely built apart from connecting it to the battery. And here is, I'm 240 in now. Once I get my 240 in, then, because what I want to do is get all my main gear in, and then I can get all these 13 cables nice and neat on the back of the board. I want it to look lovely. Oh, my mate said there's a couple of screws poking out. I'm not cutting flush, don't forget I'm not a nugget. Right, I'll go and ask Nonya. I need to tighten that up there. I'll tighten all them up. I'm going to double check everything anyway. Just walked into the side of the bloody van. Yeah, okay. Where is he? Go on, get in, you sausage.
Oh, yeah.
He's a big lad now. Look at him. Look how tall he is compared to me. Hold that. You got the Hoover? Do you know why we have the Hoover?
Don't mean that's the oldest Hoover I've ever seen.
This is a Nilfisk. This is the
old
ramp,
Hoover.
Hoover. So we hoovered a ramp with it.
Dad,
Yeah?
you press the button twice to zoom in.
Zoom in, you press that, and then you use it to... Can't believe I'm drilling another hole in my van. I could do a better job at than that attached to it, but that's what comes with it. That drill bit. Let's just take that out. I'll drill through with a normal 6 milli,
And then you'll use that.
yeah, then I'll use that.
That zoomed in so much you can see your scars.
Besides, you know,
What?
I hate drilling holes in vehicles. It just don't feel natural. Don't feel natural, that, you know.
How does it not feel natural?
It just feels wrong. Just drilling an hole in the side of a van.
No, you got to do it. You have to do it, Dad.
Well, I know, but I wanted to drill an hole in the bottom. Oh no, that's terrifying. That I need to fasten in. Right, press pause for a minute. I'm going to tighten that up in there, and then I'm going to crack on.
There we go. Then I don't turn this around.
3 times on that, yeah.
There we go.
There you go. Number 2, yeah. I'm using a bloody wood one. Never going to go through. Right, I'm going to go and get some metal ones. Okay? I'm going to get some metal ones. I'm going to get this all cut. Fingers crossed I don't wreck it. I won't wreck it. Trust me, I'm really good. Right. Twiggy! What have you done? I know you said you dropped your 10 milli, but this takes the mick. It's not worth that much, lad. Put it back together, you nugget. So I've cut me all out. Cut it all in there. I've masked it up. And now I'm just spraying some primer around my bare metal. What this enables is to keep the rust off my van. Oh no, getting all speckles. Let's wipe that quickly. Because it's windy. I've got to stand in the wind. Yeah, get this on my bare metal. And then what it does is stops it rusting. We don't want rust. That's the worst thing that could happen. So there you go. Sprayed up. I'm going to put a bit of, let it dry, and I'll put a bit of top coat on. Any colour will do. So I'm going to put a bit of silver top coat on, and then we'll go from there. Anyway, Mike's getting married, and I said to Mike, I said, what I'll do is I'll come and play the saxophone. I can't play the saxophone, but I've been playing the saxophone at your wedding. Twiggy's just got really upset at me. Oh look, why is that body looking like that? Look at it, that's
What?
mental. Can I move out the way? I'm going to get on that car there. Look at that. The body's absolutely split in two. He's putting an engine in. Right. So, Twiggy's upset at me. Really upset at me. I'm asking him to turn Taylor Swift down. He said, you can't turn Taylor Swift down. I said, press pause then. Right. 12 volt minus, let's catch up. 12 volt minus plugging them onto the battery is done. Done. That's a 12 volt charging system is done there. Then we've got the, I should show you what I did yesterday. Did this. Nice, smooth, done, pretty. So that's the 240 in. I hate making holes in vans. I really do hate it. But I've done a really neat job. Right, there's that. Then I've gone in through the back there. I've painted everything in the back and protected it all. As you can see, I primed it and then I had blue paint. Then the orange wire comes in. The orange wire goes into the switched unit, which is there. Then that one is the inverter in. The inverter in is now gone behind there and coming out at the bottom of the inverter. So the inverter will be going on there. Then I'm going to put my wire from the bottom of here up to the mains unit, the actual RCD. So that there's going to be so much protection on this. It's going to be lovely. So we're going to go mains crossover there, and then I got me 240. Can't think of my words. My 240 RCD unit. Right. Look at this. Absolutely mental what I've done. There we go. And I say, I've got all this from BMS off eBay. They've been brilliant. I sort of messaged them and said that was a 30 when it wasn't. So I do sincerely apologise. As a 50. Or was it that one? Anyway, one of them might be wrong. I don't know what I've ordered. But for the messaging on eBay, it is my sincere apologies to BMS. They have been absolutely brilliant. And there we go. Look at this now. Look, have a look. I'm glad I got my steps there because my cars would be killing me. So now I've got the white. Where's my Victron unit? Where's my hand? There. Right, so I've now got me 240 in there. I've got my 240 from the Victron in there. I've got my 12 volt, my 240 from the van there. That's my changeover. I need to put my wires from here up to my RCD unit next. And let's crack on. I'll show you in a minute. Is it working?
No.
Yeah, it's good. There's our Twig. Can't get his face on video today. He's got a face for radio, hasn't he? Like Mike. Mike's definitely got a face of radio with the volume turned down. And Twiggy is doing this engine in this Ford Ranger. Let me just press that. So, oh, you sausage. Right, so Ford Ranger, body's off, chassis down there. He's putting this engine in. He's doing a great job of it. Let me show you where I'm up to. Oh, you're dead good, you know, Twiggy. Right, but I've got to do this recording now because he wants to put 2000's dance on to get going with it. He's had how many cans of Monster this morning? 1.5 cans of Monster, so he's going to smash that today. And now I'm going to get on with this. I'm going to move me. Can we put the oil drain over there so he doesn't reverse into it? And then let me show you where I'm up to. So, I've got my 240 in to the van here, comes up. Then, I've got my 240 from my inverter, comes there, my orange wire, what comes in the back of here, to my switchover, to my changeover. Then that's my changeover, yeah. Then from my changeover, I come down here, and I've come into the top of this consumer unit. So, I'm just going to make myself an earth block now. And then I'm going to bring over my live into the yes, sorry, I can't get my words out, it's early. And then obviously that then will be 240 sorted out. So I'm going to work on this today, and then I'm going to, don't know, bring an earth to the chassis as well. Yeah, man, easy. Let's do this, let's smash it. This is why I can't work here in the week, because Twiggy's got a right face on him. Honestly, it's looked like I've just kicked one of his kids. But he don't know about. Right. I'm just putting my earth in. I've cleaned it up with a file. Bolted it to my chassis. This is good practice to have your 240 earthed out, just so it blows the van instead of yourself. I have, let me show you. Earth's going to come in now, and I'm going to put it to the buzz bar in the lower one. Then I've got, let me think. 240 coming in, into the bottom switchover unit, into here, and then I've also got from the inverter into here. I've put heat shrink just to save any rubbing or anything, a bit of protection. Then that comes into the, it says gen in, but that's the inverter in, mains in, switch over, mains off, and gen on if it's down. Comes out, got me earth, which comes from this buzz bar here. Comes up, comes in. I've put me earth, which goes to the inverter. So I've earthed that out, I've earthed this out. Then the earth comes through. This wire here comes in and goes to Wago, genuine Wago, 221. Then this goes into my circuit for my B10 breaker. Then I've got me main feed in, goes to me live, goes to me 1. Me neutral goes to me 2, goes to me 3, sorry. Then I've got me 2, comes out of me live, comes back in, into my first breaker. Then I bridged it to my second breaker, but these come out, so this is a 6, a B6, which comes through, and this runs this smaller socket. So if I need anything for in the back, maybe just to charge stuff up and like me Milwaukee stuff or whatever for me batteries when I'm racing, that's for charging units and stuff. I've got a generator, big massive generator, 2-person carrying one, which we can fit in as well. So I've got the 2 USB-C and the USB port. Then obviously then I've got my B10 breaker, which comes down, going with heavier cable, because then that comes to this unit here, which I'm going to have in the side of the cupboard. We're going to have a cupboard potentially on top of here, which is going to have a microwave in it, but then I've also got a sunken socket set, which is going to go over that side. So we can either link that and plug it into this nice and neatly, or I can wire into the back of this and link off this, because they've got a heavy duty cable on it, because I wanted to make sure that this cable could carry the load. I've got 2 meters of cable, and plus that about another meter and a half, so I made sure whatever we're loading with, it can take the capacity of it. It's only going to be a microwave. We're not going to do kettles, we're going to boil kettles. The TV is 12 volts, etc. So it's not too bad. But up to now, I can literally go and get something and go and power it off my 240. So I'm going to do that now. I'm going to go do that. So as I'm in an industrial unit, I have got 16 amp blue cables. That's my welder. So I've now plugged that into the side of the van, and then that side of the van there comes in, as you can see, and it goes. I've got to be careful because this is live 240 now, so I've got to be sensible. I can't go banging myself across, giving myself a proper belt from it, because that's not logical. So what I'll do now is I'll switch my main RCD on and try my trip, so I know with the RCD that the trip works. So it's live and it's got feed to the RCD. That there is my mains on. So with my mains on, that means the vehicle is now running. So if I go to that one and that one, I go and find a plug. What can I plug in? What can I plug in? Oh, my big light. Do you know my big light, what I have? If you've watched my other videos, you'd have seen me. I can't grab it with that hand. I've got a really bad hand. My big light here. Big LED. So now, if I get my big LED, I can actually run my van while I'm working on it. Yeah, let's show you the big light. Sorry about that, I've just seen one of my mates there, so I had to go and chat. Right, so I've got my big light. When I say big light, there's my foot. So it's 2 foot across, that big massive light. If I was to get this and peel the plastic off, because I've left the plastic on, let me get in. Because obviously there's no lives or neutrals which are hanging around. I've been really strict with my. So that's the plug in, right? Oh my God! I've got 240 in my van. I mean, look at that. I got 240, man, with my little light. Wow, that's well impressive. Watch this, watch this, watch this, watch this. Watch this. I'm gonna run, I'm running. Don't run in the workshop, you idiot. Okay. Torch, charger. What charger's this? Come on. We better get me bloody iPad out. Get me iPad. Oh, that's a USB-C. Right, USB-C. Come on. Oh, I've got it all trapped. I've dropped my money everywhere. Right. Let's come off this page. Circle. How do I come off this page? There you go. Right, so you can see the iPad is on 100% anyway. So it says 100% in the corner. If I was to, let me put that across so it's all nice and neat, and put this in my USB-C, it is now charging my iPad from this wire straight into my 240 kit. Nice. I'm proper impressed. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to isolate it. Done. Power off. And I'm going to fasten it all up, secure all the covers, make it nice. And then my 240 is ready except for fitting them in the kitchen. Absolutely brilliant.